Best of our / entitled parents episode 22. So I just moved into my new house Friday. I have been packing my old one and moving things all weekend and quite frankly I'm exhausted, but onto the story. A 16-year-old girl walked past as I am unpacking with her 2 dogs. One of them decides to take a shit on the verge outside my house. No big deal. I mean I am in the front garden, she knows I'm here, I am sure she will pick it up. Nope. Starts walking off. Me. Hey, you gonna pick that up? Her. Yep. I'll grab it on way back. Fair enough, I'll give her the benefit. She comes back past. I'm still outside setting up potted plants. Walks past. Me. I am assuming you are coming back to pick that up. Her. Yep. Fast forward to the entitled parent part. I get a loud knocking on my door. A mid-40s woman in a dressing gown is banging on the door. It is at least 11 a.m. Excuse me, did you tell my daughter to clean up the dog poo? Me. Oh yeah. It's Well, excuse me, I don't know where you think you are, but other dogs poo and I don't appreciate you telling my daughter what to do. Me. Well, if your dog shits, clean it up. Her. We are near insert Lodesel neighborhood and they never clean up after their dogs. Me. Okay, but it's still an offense to leave it, so clean it up. Her. Well, our horses poo, do you want us to pick that up? Look mate, you are new here. Dogs poo, get over it. Me. Angry and on little sleep, trying to contain myself. Look, clean it up, and if I see it I will tell your daughter to clean it up every fucking time. It is a finable offense and I will record it. Her. I think you need to understand that poor people come up here and they don't clean up after their dogs, so we should not have to. Me. Clean up after your fucking dog. Don't decide what you do based on other people. Followed by me closing the door and walking away as I honestly couldn't deal. The conversation was a little longer, but that was basically the gist. But with her repeating herself and interrupting me whenever I tried to speak, I am hoping her daughter does it again next weekend when I am a little more awake to deal with it. TLDR. Rick entitled mum thinks that her daughter doesn't need to clear up after their dogs because poor people don't clean up after them. Thank you. Next. So for 5 years, I was studying to be a preschool teacher and one of my classes was working in the preschooler's room. Excuse me, ma'am. M says to me, why is my daughter dirty? Miss, we let the children play and explore, getting dirty is how they learn. Well, I send my daughter in nice clothes, I don't want her to come home dirty. Miss, you should bring her play clothes to get dirty in, kids are washable. This is just one of my stories I have from being a preschool teacher. I plan on posting more stories. Thank you. Next. Me and my brother were on the beach in an umbrella for about an hour. I was 13 and my brother was 9 at the time. We had paid €8 for the umbrella. We were on vacation in Santorini Island in Greece. An Asian lady and her child approached us and started talking to each other. After about 1 minute the woman started talking to me. Hi, can we sit down, we are on vacation, hear me telling her very politely. We were here first and we have paid for the umbrella. Raises her voice a little. AWW, come on, just give us your umbrella and I won't call the manager. My brother couldn't understand her, but he was a little worried. I knew that the manager wouldn't kick just because I didn't give my umbrella to the woman. Also my dad knows the manager. I raised my voce a little. Me. Excuse me, you heard me. You have to wait to find another umbrella. I forgot to mention that the beach was full. Starts to unpacking her stuff. Me. What are you doing? If you don't move I will make you move. She couldn't speak English that good. Me and my brother were laying down on the sunbeds and her child started playing under our umbrella and the EM was sitting there too. Me. Please move, this is our umbrella. I don't care. Fortunately a member of the staff noticed us and comes to ask us what is wrong. They took our sit and forced us to go. The staff knew me very well and he knew I wouldn't do that. Also I live in Greece, so we started talking in Greek. I explained him the situation and he said to the woman that he has been watching and knew that she was lying. After that EM took her kid and walked away. The staff even gave us free cola to apologize. Sorry for bad grammar. Thank you. Next. To give some context, my grandma runs a community breakfast every Saturday and many not so well off families come to get some food. I'm 12 at the time and have a couple of friends there. One of my friends is a 9-year-old kinda skinny girl. There was this one entitled boy there, about 11, quite dense and muscular, EC, who would often mess up and bother everyone at the breakfast. This one morning I notice he and the girl are playing a bit roughly. This escalated quickly into a fight. As I'm walking over I see that she's hiding under the pillow of a chair while he's pounding on top of her, seriously hurting her. Me being a bit older immediately yanks him off of her and start yelling at him asking what the hell he was doing. Then his mother walks over to us from across the room. EP, stop bullying my son. Me, what do you mean? EP, the two of you are yelling at my son. You're hurting him. Me, he was beating up my friend. EP, I'm not an idiot. If I think my son is misbehaving I will step in. It is not in your place to punish my son. I kept repeating until some other adults there encouraged me to stop and led me away from the situation. Guess what happened? The boy immediately continues to beat her up. After a couple unbearable minutes of watching this happen and nothing being done, I went back to her despite the others at my table telling me to sit back down. I go up to her and ask if she wants to go to the bathroom. She says yes and I bring her in there. She tells me that she goes to school with him and he does this all the time. I was so shocked at this. We stayed in the bathroom until he and his mother left, he waiting just outside the door the whole time. Edit. To everyone saying I should have told my grandma. She was there. She knows what happened. We aren't banning them because this child needs help. He clearly has autism but his mother is in denial of it and refuses to get him the help he needs. Him being with people who try to help is the best thing we can do for him. Thank you. Next. Hello. Insert mobile warning. Sorry if this is short and it's my first story. Okay, so today me and my family went to New York City. We go to our favorite restaurant in Rockefeller Plaza and as expected there's a line which we of course get on since they have great food. Warning, one of Karen came when she walked straight through the door and straight to the front of the 20-person line. The line was in front of the hostess stand which was right in front of the door. And she demanded to get seated for lunch, which they don't serve till 11 AM a state and at this time it was like 10:50 and this restaurant doesn't do any exceptions. She gets told by the hostess to get to the back of line and, with the force of her husband, goes to the back of the line. So fast forward my family gets seated and ordered and Karen in style walks down the giant stairs following the hostess. Apparently she was part of a huge party but then strike 2 came. She demanded to her group that she wanted to sit elsewhere. To which the employee chimed in. And the following conversation went down. Mom, it would be easier just to sit with your party so it's easier to handle the bill. No, it's fine, my babies can't sit in these types of chairs. Side note, her kids were like 3 and 5 and probably hated her winning this argument. Yeah, but it's easier for us. Just let Emmy sit at the table right next to them. The table was down a small flight of stairs from where her party is. And sadly Karen won the battle and they sat at the table right next to mine. Fast forward, I'm eating my food and checking Reddit. Of course I can't eat without dying of laughter cause of Karen strike 3. Strike 3 isn't that much cause I couldn't really hear her but basically she was whisper yelling at her husband about how long the food is taking. Which I held back laughing and bringing up how they ordered like 5 minutes ago and they are at a fancy restaurant. Anyway, that's the last of Karen I saw cause I left shortly after finishing my food and last thing I heard of her was her screaming to her friends for her son's Elmo cup since he didn't like the glass cups. Thank you. Next. Hey guys. I got a short story today. It happened just 2 hours ago. I was buying some dinner at a local fast food restaurant, Jollibee, and was standing in line. The counter next to our line is reserved and marked priority for senior citizens, pregnant women and PWDs. I was simply waiting in my line when I hear the guard. The conversation goes like this. There was a woman standing in the line with a kid no more than 5. She was in third in the line with 2 senior citizens behind her. The guard approaches. Guard, excuse me ma'am, there are senior citizens behind you. Please give way and let them go first. Karen, what? Guard, the line is prioritized for senior citizens. Please give way to them. Karen, no way. I was here first so don't tell me to move. Guard, but mom. Karen cuts off guard, don't tell me what to do. I was first. Guard looks defeated and starts to back up. Me being a regular, I say to the guard, maybe she's a PWD, you never know. Karen hears this and says, I am not a PW. She realizes her mistake. She takes her son and they go out of line. The guard and I just exchange looks and shrug it off. Karen went to the KFC across where there was no line. Thank you. Next. All of this really happened except for the dialogue, which is an overdramatic approximation. How TF am I supposed to know what I said back in elementary school? TLDR at end. I recently saw someone else's post about an EM and a Kindle, and an amazing thing happened. I remembered I have an r/entitledParents story about someone not my own family or teacher. So, if you can believe it, when I was in elementary school the school had a Scholastic funded reading contest every year. It was a readathon. Donate 60 cents for every hour or page or some shit to your school and Scholastic will match it. Now being the big brain lone wolf I am, I won the contest every single year by staying up all night reading and I was proud. We have 2/5 Kindles, lost one, donated one, and ES broke one. Wait, I haven't introduced the cast. ES is entitled shit, EM is everlasting macaroni, me is humble shoemaker Patity, 78th in line to the throne of Mumbai, mom is me mom, P is my principal, W is the scholastic worker, Sue this is the 4th year of the contest. People should know by now who the big reading dog is, 'tis I, who reads chapter books and sleeps in class. However, like a week before the contest I'm approached by this kid, maybe in 3rd grade, I'm in 4th, and he goes, "ES, I'm gonna win the Kindle this time." Me, confused and startled by a stranger approaching me and initiating communication. Ooh, ES, I've read 27,000 pages, you're going down. Me, oh cool, I've read 34,000, you nearly caught up. ES, flustered he didn't outread me. Did I say 27,000? I meant 37,000. Me, okay. ES storms off. I should say for context from one of the old score sheets I have, over the course of a day I read anywhere from 205,000 words. Parents capped it so I didn't stay up too late. Over the course of a week my score grows by roughly 13,000. I was cramming. On Friday, the winners are announced. Me, first guy called Raj, second ES, third. I go up to get my prize, but EM gets a firm grip on my arm. EM, no haircut, everything else from glasses to face screams, "Karen sweetie, is there anything you want to tell the judges before you go up?" Me, thank you. EM, no, about how much you read. Me, oh yeah, I had fun. EM, no goddamn it, that you cheated. You all cheated. Emmy and mom, no, he, worked very hard for this so he, deserves it. Raj, hey did you just call us liars? EM, look, my EM reads so much, and yet you still say your kids read more? Impossible. More likely you cheated and said you read more than you really did. E number, my mom capped my score so I wouldn't read too much. Raj, and my mom only let me read 3 hours a day. ES I couldn't even read that much, and I filled out the form wrong, so you must be lying. Mommy, these are the lying boys I told you about who keep stealing my Kindle. P comes over from the commotion, what's going on here? W, well the kid there, me, won first place if their name is, right, P nods, but this boy here gestures at ES says he must have cheated. Mom, which is BS because I have frequently had to take books away from me because me stayed up too late reading. P takes box with Kindle, so this is yours then. I reach out to grab it and EM's wrinkled fist slams it into the floor. I, a 9-year-old just denied a toy I worked for a month to get, begin to cry. P and mom, what? EM, look what you've done. You've made my EM upset. He's usually so happy, but because of your ignorance, I had to break his new toy to teach you a lesson. ES, I wanted that Kindle. Mom, internal binary code turns from green to red, feminine robot voice says, BTCH mode activation confirmed. Did you just disrespect my child by damaging my property? EM, shocked at not being the only EM, excuse me? Mom, you heard me. Now pay for the damn $600 tablet you just broke. EM, gears turning about what just happened, come on ES let's go. Mom don't you dare it. P stop, I've seen enough. Mom, just let EM go. W, can me get another tablet? W, no, sorry kid, if you want a tablet, Take it up with M points at entitled duo. So I do. I pester that kid every day if he has my money or my tablet, and eventually he becomes my friend. Never got any compensation. Mom didn't press charges. All of this really happened except for the dialogue, which is an overdramatic approximation. How TF am I supposed to know what I said back in elementary school? TLDR, aspiring student thinks reading is prudent, is disappointed by his loss to me. Along comes his mother, a real felling nutter, breaks my tablet but not my dreams. Edit, grammar.